I am E. Krishna Rao Patro, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering College, Hyderabad. Today, we'll discuss about one important topic regarding the input methods. How to read the data for your application. So, reading data for your application is essential one. So, every student or every programmer must and should know how to read the data. Once you read the data, then you can do processing. So, without reading data, you cannot do processing. So, today we'll discuss about what are the different mechanisms are there, how to read. Okay? Because every language supports various mechanisms for reading the data. There are different functions are there, different techniques are there. Those techniques we'll discuss one by one. Fine. There are three standard ways. Actually, many ways are there, but the standard ways are these three in Java. One is command and argument technique. Second one is scanner class. Third one is buffer reader class. Using these three techniques, you can read the data. So, out of three, some are interactive and some are non-interactive. The first one is non-interactive. That means you have to give in a continuous way and press enter. It is non-interactive. Non-interactive. That means at a time everything you would give. It will not ask enter first one, enter second one, enter third one. Those things will not ask. You give continuously one by one till end. No interactive way. Whereas the scanner class and buffer reader class are interactive way. That means the system will ask enter the first data, then enter the second data, then enter the third data. Like this you can ask, or enter name, or enter roll number, or enter age. Like this it will ask. So this is interactive way. So depending upon the requirement, you may use either interactive way or non-interactive way. First we'll go to non-interactive way. That means from the command prompt, how will you read? So whenever you are reading data in the command prompt directly, when the program is executing, that technique is called command line argument technique. So from command prompt, you have to read the data. Java command line argument technique is an argument that is passed at the time of running the Java program. When the program is running, you have to give all the inputs. Whatever the input you are going to use for your program, those things you have to give at the beginning stage itself, not in the middle. Okay? So in Java, the command line arguments are passed from the console, can be received in the Java program, and they can be used as input. So from command prompt, you have to give all the inputs when the program is running at the beginning stage. The user can pass the argument during the execution by passing the argument line, by passing the command line argument using the main method. So whatever the argument you are passing using command line argument, those argument will pass through main method. So this main method will carry all command line arguments. Pass argument. Sometimes your program may need multiple arguments. So whenever you are passing multiple arguments, every argument must be separated by a space. So space is the delimiter between the elements. We can pass both strings as well as primitive data. You can pass different kinds of data at the command prompt. You can pass integer, you can pass boolean, you can pass float, you can pass character, you can pass string. Any kind of data can be passed at the command prompt, but everything must be separated by space. These arguments will be converted into a string array. Whatever the data you are passing in the command prompt, all these things will be stored in a string array. Even if you pass integer, internally that integer will be converted into string. Even if you pass float, that float will be converted into string. Even if you pass a single character also, that will convert into string. So everything will be come under string format. When you are passing multiple arguments, those arguments will be stored in a array form. Okay. So when command line arguments are supplied to JVM, then JVM wraps these and supplies them into argument array. It will maintain a special array. That array is called argument array, and that array is string format. Okay. Internally, the JVM wraps this command line argument into a argument array. So remember, they may ask a question, how the data will be stored in the command line argument technique. So whenever you are using command line argument technique, all the inputs will be stored in string format, and this set of argument will be stored in an array. So the name of the array is generally arguments array. arguments array. JVM stores the first command line argument in argument of 0, the second in argument of 1, third argument of 2. Like this, multiple arguments you can pass and that will be stored in a order. First 0, then 1, then 2 up to last. Then how will you know how many arguments you pass? So for that, there is a method called, there is an attribute called length attribute. The name of the array dot length that gives you the number of arguments. Number of arguments. So the number of arguments can be checked using argument dot length. It is not method, you can say it is attribute. Okay. So using this arg dot length, you can find out how many arguments you pass at the command prompt. Now let us see a small program and how you can use in the application. Let us see a small program. As well as whatever the argument you are passing at the command prompt, that you have to print on the screen. Class command demo, just I given some name. Public static void main string argument array. And whatever the data you are passing in the command prompt, that will be stored in this array. And the name of the array is args. And remember, the name can be anything, but generally by default you write args. Even if you are interested to change, you can change also. But the data type is string array only. You cannot change that one. Only the name of the array you can change. Now, here this program is printing the 0th argument as well as first argument. Whatever the argument you are passing, out of that, I am printing 0th and 1th argument. So that means your program should pass at least 2 arguments. As per this program is concerned, you have to pass at least 2 arguments. Otherwise, it will give exception. And how many arguments you pass? That one I am printing through this. The number of command line arguments plus argument dot length. So that gives you the number of arguments you pass. Now I want to show that program how it works. Let us go to the command prompt. Now this program I want to show you. Let us go to the program. Same program. Control V. Yeah. Command demo. This is the program I want to show. Control C. Control S. Control V. And save as Java source file. My program save now. Go to the command prompt. Now Java C. First compile it. Java C followed by the command demo .java. Okay. Now there are 12 errors. That means because I copied that one, it shows some errors are there. Command line arguments. These quotations are not allowed. As I copied, that's why showing this error. Some special characters are there. Control S. Let us check. Yeah. That double quote was a problem. So I removed the double quote. I kept this quote. Because while copying, the double quote is stored in different format. So you should retype it whenever you are copying. Java followed by command demo .java. Now if I press enter button, you will get error. What error? Array index out of bound exception. Because you are referring the 0th argument and first argument, that's why you are getting error. Because our program is command line argument technique. Because my program demands at least 2 arguments, 0th argument as well as first argument. So for that, what you have to do? You have to give 2 arguments. As I will give hello followed by hi. Hello is available at 0th argument. This is 0th argument. Hi is second argument. So now when I press enter button, yeah, hello is the first argument, high is the second argument. The number of arguments are 2. Number of arguments are 2. Now you may ask a question, I want to print that argument in the 2 different line. In that case, what we'll do? I'll put a backslash n. Backslash n, new line. Control S. Now I'll compile it again. Yes, compile it. Now there is error because I did not pass any argument. Assume I'll pass hello, hi. Yeah, hello is at 0th argument. Hello is at 0th argument. Hi is at second argument. The number of arguments are 2. Now I'll show you one more. Hello, hi, bye. That means how many arguments? I'm passing 3 arguments. But I'm printing what? 0th argument and first argument. Hello is 0th argument. Hi is second argument. And number of arguments are 3. This is 0. This is 1. This is 2. But I'm not printing the 2. If at all you are interested to print 2 also, then how will you do? This value plus double quote backslash n. Backslash n means new line plus args of 2. Control S. Go to the command prompt. First of all, you have to compile it. Yes, compiled successfully. Yeah. Now it is printing hello, hi, bye. 3 arguments. Then number of arguments are 3. Now assume here I will give only hello, hi. I am passing what? 0th argument as well as 1th argument. But second argument I did not pass. So in that case what will happen? 0th argument it will print. 1th argument it will print. But second argument it will give exception by error. Yeah. So it is saying array index out of bound exception because you did not pass the second one. So to avoid this error, what I will do? I want to avoid the error. This error should not come. Because here I am printing what? 0th argument, 1th argument and second argument. So that means what? Minimum 3 arguments you have to pass from the command prompt. If you are not passing, you should not print. So here how will I print? So here I will put a condition. If 3 arguments are there, then print. I will put a condition. If args dot length either greater than or equal to args dot length, sorry, greater than or equal to how many I am passing? Because I am printing 3. If this length is either 3 or more, then you come inside. Here I am putting a condition. What condition? If the number of arguments are either 3 or more, then you come inside. Else, here I will print a message, insufficient argument. Here I will print insufficient argument. System dot out dot println insufficient arguments. That means I want to avoid that error message. If at all 3 or more, then print. Otherwise, don't print at all. Do not throw the exception. So now compile it. Compile successfully. Now if I run, see, I did not pass any parameter. That means from command prompt I did not give anything. Now yeah, you got a message. What message? Insufficient argument. Earlier you used to get what? Array index out of bound exception. Now that is your exception, runtime error. That error I don't want. I want a sufficient message, means a proper message. Insufficient argument. Okay. Similarly, assume here I will pass. Assume I will pass ABC. That means I am passing 0th argument only. Second and third I did not pass. Here also it should print insufficient argument. Similarly, I will pass. Assume XYZ. That means I am passing 0, 1. 0th argument and 1th argument. Here also insufficient. But if I pass XYZ PQR, that means 0th argument, first argument, second argument. Now it is sufficient. So that means it is printing. Because that condition satisfied. You may ask a question. Sir, if I write hello, that means 0, 1, 2, 3 also. But 3 not required. But here condition is what? Greater than or equal to 3. That means 4 is greater than 3. So no problem. So number of arguments are 4. Number of arguments are 4, but I am printing only 3. So in this way, you can use the command line arguments. Or you may ask a question, sir, I want to print all the arguments. Whatever the argument I am passing, I want to print. In that case, what I will do? Whatever the argument you are passing, in that case, here I will change a little bit. Because the number of arguments is what? That is nothing but args.length. That many times it has to print. Print first argument, print second argument, print third argument, print fourth argument. Like this, it has to print. So if you want to print all, there is a separate mechanism. What mechanism? Same program. I'll change a little bit. I'll put a loop for int I equal 0 until I less than, because I'll refer I as an index, I less than args dot length, args.length, and I plus plus. So that means, because I told you those data will be stored in the array. Which array? Arguments array. From that arguments array, I will refer the index and print it. So how will I print? For that, system dot out dot println argument plus args of I. So that means I am printing first to ith argument. I means how much? Initially 0. First 0th argument, then 1th argument, second argument, like this till length. Till length. So here I will print list of arguments. I will print a message system.out.println list of arguments. List of arguments. If there are arguments, then it will print. Now observe here. First I'll clear it. First compile Java C command line command demo .java. Yes, compile it. Then run command demo. Here I did not pass anything. If I am not passing anything, insufficient argument and list of arguments nothing, because you did not pass anything. But if I pass, assume hello. Here it's saying insufficient argument because I kept the condition 3 or more. But how many argument you pass? Only 1 argument. So hello is printed. If I pass hello, how are you? But so hello is a 0th place, 1th place, 2nd place, 3rd place, 4th place. So all the arguments I want to print. So go to end, then press yeah. So this is printing only 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, and the remaining arguments, it is printing everything because I kept in a loop. The loop is repeating till end. 0, 1, 2, 3. So if there are 5 arguments, it will repeat 5 times. If there are 10 arguments, it will repeat 10 times. So whenever you are interested to print all, always put a loop. Put a loop so that the loop will repeat that many times and refer to that index and print it. So this is the way you can use your command line argument to fetch the data. Now, here I may ask a question. Can you read to number and perform addition, subtraction, multiplication and division? That means I want to perform arithmetic operation. Control N. Perform arithmetic operation. Perform arithmetic operation on 2 integers. 2 integers. And read 2 integers using command line arguments. Okay, this is a requirement. So from command prompt, I will be reading two integers. After reading two integers, then I will perform arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operation means what? Arithmetic operation means plus, minus, star, as well as division. These four operations I want to do. So let us read two numbers. Plus arith demo, open bracket, close bracket. Then public static void main argument array, open bracket, close bracket. Now whatever the data you are reading, the data comes through command line argument. Those data will be there available in the ARGS. So whenever you are passing two argument, the first argument is available at ARGS of 0 and second argument is available at ARGS of 1. So this data is available in string format, but actually we have to perform arithmetic operation. Arithmetic operation means data must be in the integer form. So whatever data you are passing, the data in string format. So the string format I have to convert into integer format. So how to convert into integer? Further, there are various methods are there. So here what I will do, I will declare two variables int a, b, c and d, e, f, because a is first number, b is second number. A is first number, b is second number, and c will be storing addition, d will be subtraction, e will be multiplication, f will be division. So all four result I want to store in four different variables. Now what I will do, this argument data which is available in the string format, but string format means I cannot do arithmetic operation. So first of all I have to convert into integer. So how to convert? Convert now here our goal is what? Convert string into integer. So to convert string into integer, there are various methods. One of the method is parsing method. For every primitive data, there is something called wrapper class. For integer, the wrapper class is, for int, the wrapper class is integer. Uppercase I, int is here. Integer dot parse int. This method will convert the data into integer. So parseInt is a method available under integer class, and whatever the argument you are passing, which is in a string format, that will convert into integer and store in a. So I will write here a equal to this, convert string into integer. Next, similarly b is second argument. Second argument is available where? In the ARGS of 1. So here what I will do, integer dot parse int of ARGS of 1. Okay, so my first argument is ready, second argument is ready, both are in the string format now. Sorry, both are now in integer format. Now we will perform our arithmetic operation. So in most of the time in exam, they may ask a question, perform arithmetic operation by reading the data from command line. Then what you have to do? Read the data and convert into integer with the help of this method. So which method you are using? The name of the method is parseInt. ParseInt means parsing, means translating from string to integer. So whatever data you are giving, for example, I am giving data double quote 22. This is string format. After converting to integer, I will get integer 22. This is integer 22. Similarly, assume I will give one more data, assume 25 within double quote. Whatever data you are giving, the data will be always comes in string format. After translating, that means after parsing, I will be getting corresponding integer value. So once you do parseInt, then you will get corresponding integer value. Then perform the arithmetic operation. System dot out dot println. First I will print sum. Sum equal to C. means A plus B. That C value I will print here. Sum equal to how much? Because string concatenation I am doing. So here I got the C. C is holding sum of two numbers. Similarly D equal to A minus B. That means difference of two numbers. Here I will print difference. Difference of, here I will put D. Similarly I will do product multiplication of two number. Control C, I will copy and paste. Instead of D I will write here E. E is what? Multiplication of two number. Multiplication means star symbol. And here I will write product. Product I store in E. E then F. A by B. Division. Here I will store in F. So my answers are available in 4 different variables. That value I will display on the screen. Control S. What is the name of the program? Arith demo. Control C. Control S. Arith demo. Java source code. Save it. Do you want to replace? Yes. So that name is already exist. I will give different name. Arith demo. Arith command demo I will give. Because the name must be different. Arith command demo. Control C. Save as Arith command demo. Java source file. Java source file. Yes. Program save. Now go to the command prompt. You have to compile it. Now Java C Arith command demo. Compile. Yes. Now program compiled successfully. After compiling the program, then again you have to run it. Java followed by Arith command demo. Now compilation success and bytecode is ready. Now you have to run it. Now if I press enter button, what will happen? You will get an error. What is that error? Array index out of bounds exception. Because our program demands 2 arguments. So as you have not given the arguments, let me give the argument. Assume first number is 12, second number is 5. First is 12, second is 5. So on these 2 numbers, it has to perform the arithmetic operation. Yeah. So here now you got the answer. Sum is 17 because 12 plus 5, 17. 12 minus 5, 7. 12 into 5, 60. 12 by 5, integer division, that is 2. So you got all 4 answers. So this is the way you have to do the arithmetic operation. On that means you are reading the data through command line arguments. Okay. Yeah. Now till now you have seen what? How to read the data from command prompt using command line argument. This is non-interactive. That means it is not asking enter the first data, enter the second data. In the beginning itself you have to give the data. That's why it is called non-interactive way of reading. If you want to avoid the error, see first time when I ran, it was saying array index out of bound exception. But I want to stop that message. So how to stop? Because for this program I need 2 input. For this program I need 2 input. So I will put a condition if args dot length, if it is greater than or equal to 2, then I will do these things. Else I will say insufficient argument or data missing. So if this condition satisfies, I will perform this. Otherwise I will print a message. Because I don't want to display that message. Open bracket, close bracket. Control C. Here I will print a message insufficient argument. Insufficient arguments. So that error message will not come. Even if you are not passing data, it will not give the error. Now go to the command prompt. Clear the screen. Java, arith demo, Java C, arith command demo, compiled successfully. Java, arith command demo. Now I'm not giving any data. Then immediately it's saying that insufficient argument. Okay, because I did not pass any data. But if I give 12 and 5, it is telling that yes, you have given the sufficient data, you can do. Sometimes I may give only single data, I think 12 only. Here also insufficient. Because to perform arithmetic operation, I need minimum 2 argument. Otherwise, it will give error. So this is the way you have to do this program. So till now, you have seen only command line argument technique to read the data. Now we'll go to second one. So till now you have seen this command line argument. Now we'll go to the scanner class. Scanner class is also one of the best way of reading the data. This is the latest way. Actually, in the earlier version, means Java 5 before, the scanner class was not there. From 5th onwards, the scanner class came and it is very handy, easy to write, easy to read. For that, what you have to do? You have to use a separate class called scanner class. This scanner class belongs to a separate package. That package is called util package. This is available under util package. If you know this package, then you can do this program. So it is an advanced version of buffer reader which was added in later version of Java. The scanner can read the formatted input. It has different function for different data types. For different data types, it has different methods are there. For integer, one method. For character, one method. For float, one method. For string, another method. For double, another method. For every primitive data, you will find corresponding method in a scanner class. So this scanner class belongs to which package? Util package. Util package. The scanner is much easier to read as you do not have to write the throws. There is no exception. Here in the scanner class, there is no exception concept. Whereas in your command line argument as well as in your buffer reader, there is chance of exception because you may give some wrong input. So it contains a predefined functions to read integer, character as well as other data types. There are some built-in functions. For integer, the function is next int. For float, next float. For double, next double. For boolean, next boolean. For string, you can use either next method or next line method. For character, next line dot character. So using this method, you can read the corresponding primitive data. So now onwards, you can use the scanner class to read various kinds of data. Now let us see. I told you the scanner class belongs to which package? Util package. This util package you have to import it. And the syntax for the scanner class, how to use. You have to create an object of scanner class. After creating object, then you can call the corresponding method. Which method? Either you can call next int whenever you are interested to read integer. Whenever you want to read float, use next float. Whenever you want to read a string, next. Whenever you want to read a character, next line dot character. When you want to read a boolean, next boolean. So for every primitive data, you will find a separate method. So you have to import the scanner class. Now let us see a small program. Scanner is the class, SCN is the object, and this is my constructor. My constructor allows me to create an object, then read the string. So for reading string, you can use next method. The string may have single word. When there is a single word, better use next. Similarly, when there are multiple words, then use next line. Because in a string, there may be multiple words separated by space. In that case, you can use next line. Similarly, if you are interested to read integer, use next int. If you are interested to float, use next float. Like this, you can read various kinds of data and you can do the operation. So, this is a simple example of how to use scanner class. So, let me show you through my notepad. Let me go to my notepad. Yes. Please observe here. Here my goal is what? Read the integer, float, double using scanner class. Read integer, float and string using scanner class. So if you are using scanner class, first of all you have to import it. Import java.util.star. You can write star or you can write scanner also. Because if you write star, it says that all the classes of util package you are importing. If you are writing only scanner, that means you are importing only particular class of the util package. Because a package consists of multiple classes. So your program may need only scanner, then write only util.scanner. Your program may need multiple classes of scanner, then write star. But for this program, I need only scanner. So I don't want extra, so I'll write that one. Then class scanner demo, open bracket, close bracket, public static void main string argument array, open bracket, close bracket. Fine. Now my main method is ready. Fine. Here what I have to do, because I want to read the data to scanner class. So first of all, you have to create a object. Assume the name of the object is SC. And that SC you have to initialize. SC equal to, how to initialize? For that, you have to use first an operator called new. It is useful to allocate memory. New followed by constructor. Constructor name is same as class name. So name of the class is scanner. This scanner requires one input, that is the keyboard. The keyboard is represented by system.in. Once you write this statement, automatically the object will be initialized. So whenever you are creating an object, always you have to use constructor. So use constructor. Use constructor to initialize object. And constructor name is same as class name. If the name of the class is scanner, constructor name also scanner. My object ready. What is my goal? Read an integer, read a float, and read a string, and print those things. And print. Whatever data you are reading, same data again you have to print it. Let me read. So here I will print a message, system.out.println, enter integer. A message comes. Then you have to read it. How to read? Name of the object is SC. To call that method, I told you for integer there is a method called nextInt. This method will allow you to read integer. That integer I have to store in a variable called assume A. So I am storing in A. So A must be declared as what type? Integer type. Fine. Then I want to read one float also. Control C. How to read float? So here I write enter float. So here instead of A, I write here float. Float B. Here instead of next integer, here I write next to float. Because for reading float data, you would use next float. For reading double, you would write next double. So for every primitive data, you will find the corresponding method in the scanner class. Now I want to read one string. Enter string. Enter string. So instead of this, I'll write here string C. Here I'll write here next. That's all. So here what happened? I got integer, I got float, I got string. Now these three data again I want to display on the screen. How to display on the screen? For that, what I'll do? System dot out dot println. First I'll print the integer value. That integer value stored in A. So I'll print A plus A. Integer value. Okay. Next I want to write float, then string. So 3 lines I copied. Here I'll write float. Here instead of A I'll write B. Because now I'll write here string. String is available in the variable C. So I'll write here C. Now control S. So here I'll write control C, control S, scanner demo, Java source file. Yes, program saved. Now go to the command prompt. After going command prompt, let me run Java C scanner demo. Compiled successfully as there is no mistake. So now run Java scanner demo. I told you this program, the scanner comes under interactive way. So it will ask enter integer. Now it is waiting for you to enter the data. Where in the command line argument technique, it was not waiting. It is asking you to give in the beginning itself. So assume I'm entering 12. 12 is my number. Now it is asking enter the float because it's interactive. Assume I'm entering 3.4. So it is interactive. Now it is asking enter string. Assume Rama. I'm entering a string. Yeah. So whatever data you have entered, now that was stored in the variable and printing on the screen. Yeah, of course, if at all you are interested to do some operation, you can do the operation on the data also. But here, you are interested to know how to read the data. So this is the way you have to read data. But here I want to ask, read a character also. Read a character means single character. So here, assume I want to read a character. Control C. Enter the character. Enter character. That character I'll store in C. So here next dot char at, because you are printing the 0th character, and print that, and then variable is D. Control C. I want to print that value, that character value, print it. Char D. Control S. Compile the program. Yes. Scanner demo. Assume my value is 21. Enter the float value. Float value is 7.8. Float is over. Next. Enter the string. Assume hello. Enter the character. Assume by. Sorry. Letter B. Because character means single letter. Yeah. So here I got integer 21. Float 7.8. String hello. Character B. So you are able to read all kinds of data using scanner class. So for every input purpose, you will find the corresponding methods. So in the future days, you will be using the scanner class for reading the data. So scanner class belongs to which package? Scanner class belongs to util package. So please go through this program. So this is the way you would write. Of course, in future days, you will be using all the methods, because whenever the program needs some input, we will be using scanner class. After that, you will create object. After creating object, then you will call the methods. For reading integer, next int. For reading float, next float. For reading string, next to. And for reading character, next dot character. These are the different methods are there to read the data. So now you have seen how to use command line argument, and second one, how to use scanner class, and third one is how to use buffer reader, because they are the standard ways of reading the data. Let us see how to use buffer reader class, because buffer reader also one of the built-in class available under IO package. Scanner belongs to util package, whereas buffer reader belongs to IO package. So now buffer reader is also a special class which is basically useful for reading the data. It will read the data in a character stream and it will store in a set of characters, as a sequence of characters, as a single place. So it will give you always in the string format. After getting into a string format, then again you can convert, you can translate using parse int, parse float, parse double, parse byte. There are corresponding methods are there. Those methods you have to use. Fine. It is a simple class. It is used to read a sequence of characters. Sequence of character. Whatever the data you are reading, the data will becomes in terms of a sequence of characters. It has a simple function called read line, which reads the set of character as a single string. Input stream reader is a function which converts the input stream bytes into stream of characters, so that it can be read as a buffer reader expect a stream of characters. Buffer reader can throw a checked exception. So whenever you are using buffer reader, always it throws exception. That exception you have to catch it. You have to control it. Now see this program. Whenever you are using buffer reader, you have to import which package? IO package. You have to import IO package. And after creating, means after importing the IO package, then you have to create an object of buffer reader. So create a object of buffer reader. This buffer reader which takes input stream reader which takes your keyboard as a input. So this is the way of creating the buffer reader object. Then read the data. So using buffer reader, always you read in terms of string only. After reading into string, then you can convert into respect to data with help of parsing methods. For integer, parse int. For float, parse float. For double, parse double. For byte, parse byte. So like this, corresponding methods are there. Those methods you have to use whenever using buffer reader. Now if you observe here, integer.parseInt with buffer.readLine. Whatever the line you are reading, that line. Let us go to our notepad. There I will show you how to solve this problem. Now this program I am copying. Control N, Control V. Now my goal is use buffer reader. So whenever you are using buffer reader, I told you have to use import java.io.star. Here also you need not even write star. Star means all the classes of buffer IO package. But as you are interested to buffer reader, you can write buffer reader also. But at the same time, it requires input stream reader also. So that means for this program, you have to import two classes. So instead of writing two times, I'll write only once by putting star. By putting star. Star means more than one classes. Then here you have to throw IO exception, because your buffer reader comes under checked exception. Whenever it is a checked exception, always it will throw the exception. That exception you have to write in the main method. Then here I will print a message, enter a string. I will print a message, system dot out dot println enter name. Assume I am entering a name. Whatever the name you are entering, that I will store in str. That str I will print it. That str I will print it. Control X. Now my name is available where? Instead of string, I will write here name. So name is my variable. That name I will print. My name. Whatever the name I have entered, that name I will print. Then here I will ask enter your age. What I will ask? Enter your age. I am entering name and age. Enter age. But whenever you are entering age, you are entering what? Some numerical value. that numerical value internally stores in terms of string format. But the string format data, I cannot do some integer operation. So for that, what I have to do? I have to translate or I have to parse it into integer. So how to parse it? For that, there is a method called parsing method. So you can write integer is equal to, what is the name of the object? That is BFN. So I'll write here BFN is my object dot readline is a method. So it is reading into a string format, but this data which is in string format, that one I have to translate into integer format. So for that, there is a method called dot parseInt. So here the data will pass into parseInt method. That comes under integer dot parseInt of this. Whatever data you are reading and passing to this method. Now, how to print the name? Sorry, how to print the age? My age. Here I am printing my age. My age is, because whatever data you are writing, that I have to print it. Control S. Now, buffer demo. Control C. Control S. Buffer demo dot, because it is a source file Java. So select J. Java source file. Yes. Now my program is ready to run. Control S. Go to command prompt. Compile it. Java C. Buffer demo. You call this file program. Yes, my program compiled successfully. Java buffer demo. As it is an interactive way, so it is asking enter the name, assume Rama. Now enter the age, assume 21. Yeah. So I got my age also. So you are entering name, printing name. You are entering age, printing age. So now your application may need some input, which is maybe integer type. Then use always parsing. Now I must enter your height. Height generally in terms of float value, but decimal value. So in that case, what you will do? Because whenever you are reading through buffer reader, always the data comes in terms of string only. That string data again I have to translate into float. So how to translate into float? For translate into float, there is a method called parse float. I told in the previous session, for integer parseInt, for float parse float, for double parse double. So please remember, there is a parsing methods. Parsing methods. One is parseInt. Second is, first is parseInt. Second one is parse float. Similarly, parse double. That means for every primitive data, you will find corresponding parsing methods. Those parsing methods are available in your wrapper class. They are part of wrapper class. Fine. Now, let us read the height. Now, my goal is what? Read the height. And I told you your height is in terms of decimal value. So now, here I'll ask enter your height. Enter height. Once the message comes, you read it. So how will you read? Through buffer reader object bfn dot readline. And I told you on buffer reader only one method is there. That is readline only. But the readline always gives you in terms of string format. The string format data, let me store in S for clarity purpose. Okay, I am storing in S. Actually, my intention is what? Convert the data into float. So how to convert into float? So I told you there is a method called parse float. These are called parsing methods. This parse float I will use. That comes under which class? The corresponding wrapper class. Float dot parse float within bracket S. Because whatever data you have entered that is stored in S, that S I am translating and storing in a float variable. So here I'll write float height HT. HT is my height. Now finally I have translated the string format data into float data with help of parse float. Parse float. Now let us display on the screen whatever data you have entered. Same thing you have to display. So let me display my height HT. Control S. Okay. Now let us compile Java C buffer demo. Now program compiled successfully. After compiling, now you have to run it. Java buffer demo. As it is interactive, it is asking enter name. Assume name Krishna. Okay, name is entered and printed also name. Then enter age. Assume 45. Yes, age also printed. Actually, you are reading in string format but converting into integer and printing. Similarly, it is asking enter height. Assume my height is 5.6. This is, you are giving 5.6, which is actually storing in the float format. That float data, again, it has to translate into corresponding primitive data with the help of parse float. Yeah. So, you are reading and printing. Reading and printing. How you are reading? Using buffer reader class. So, please remember, whenever you are using buffer reader, always you have to use readline method. This readline method, it will read any kind of data. Always it will read in string format only. But that string format, again you have to convert into corresponding primitive data with the help of parsing methods. So there are set of parsing methods like this parse int, parse float, parse byte, parse short. For every primitive data, there is a corresponding parsing method. Those parsing methods are part of wrapper class. So this is the way you have to. I hope it is clear. So in the future days, you will be using this type of methods in the application. Okay. So scanner class you have seen, buffer data you have seen, and buffer data example you have seen, and the remaining applications you can use these methods. Okay. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.